Hey everyone, and welcome to the Tesla Daily Investor. It is Wednesday, 16th of April 2025, and it's around 3:15 here in London. And I'm going to do a portfolio update today just to show you where I'm at. So before we get into everything, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be investing a little bit of money, not a lot, and also I'm going to be rejigging my portfolio to make it more tax efficient. And then finally, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to explain how I'm planning to get to $1 million. So before we do that, let's get into the portfolio update. So I'm just going to have a look at how the account's doing. So again, the account has gone down now. So the general investment account is around 46k. My stocks and shares ISA account is just under 15k, and my self-invested personal pension is just over 25k. So the market has tumbled again, everything is going down, but again it's a great buying opportunity. So I'm gonna have a look at the insights now to see the all-time performance. So let's have a look now. So I'm going to go to the maximum all-time money weighted rate of return. So it's currently down 55.71%, so just 56%. So it's very disappointing, but what can you do? Hopefully when things start to improve, my portfolio is around $100,000 at the moment when you take into account all the other investments that I have in other brokerage accounts. So it's at 100 at the moment, just about. So hopefully when things start to improve or get back to zero losses or zero gains, I should be at $200,000. And hopefully, when the bull run starts again, I should be around 400k, and within that time frame I'm going to try and invest as much money as possible into the stock market so I can hopefully maximize that return and get to a million. So my plan is to get to a million by 5 to 10 years. I'm projecting to get there within 3.5 years, and I'm going to be sharing my strategy with you like I do every day. So that's that. So the first thing that I've done is I've taken about 3,833 from my general investment account to my self-invested personal pension account. This isn't an additional contribution, it's a sale, and then I converted it to cash, and then I moved the cash to the self-invested personal pension account. So this is purely to make my portfolio tax efficient as possible. So the less money I have in my general investment account, the better it is, because I'll be subject to less capital gains tax. And the more money I put into my self-invested personal pension, the greater the tax relief that I will get, and I can invest that money into the stock market and hopefully compound my returns over time. My stocks and shares ISA, once I've maximized my SIPP, I'm going to go into my stocks and shares. So I'm going to move money from my GIA to my stocks and shares ISA, as long as I don't trigger a capital gains liability. So again, it is a bit complicated, but my main aim is to lower my GIA account and then increase my SIPP and my ISA account. So that's the plan. And what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be investing a little bit of money. I'm going to be investing the 3,833 in my SIPP, and then I'm going to sell the equivalent amount in my GIA account. So that's that. So let me do that now. So I'm going to go into my self-invested personal pension account. I'm going to go into Tesla, and Tesla is trading around $248 today. So yeah, it's a good time to buy. It's trading at a discount. If you look at the 6-month chart, you will see that it's up around 12.58%, and if you look at the max, you will see it's up around 400% for the last 5 years, which is decent. but again, it's a hefty discount from previous highs, because it was around 850% or nearly 700% previously. So again, there's opportunity for growth here, so I'm gonna be buying this now. So I'm gonna put all the money in, which is a 3833.96. So that's going to be giving me 20.31 shares. I'm just going to make a note of that, because I'm going to have to sell the equivalent amount in my GIA account. So 20.3199. So I just make sure that I do this properly. So I'm going to review the order, and I'm going to confirm the buy. Sending the order through. So again, another FX fee that I have to contend with, but I'm getting more dollars for my pounds now, so maybe that might help a little bit. So hopefully, now that I've done this, I'll be getting tax relief on this money as well from the government. So any tax relief that I receive, at the 20% tax relief that I get from the government, I'll be investing back into the stock market. And when I do draw from this account during retirement, I will be paying income tax, but hopefully the growth that I get from that tax relief will more than offset what I have to pay in taxes in the future. So that's the plan. So that's done. So I have to sell the equivalent amount in my GIA account now. So let me go into Tesla, sell, and I'm going to be selling 20.3199. So that gives me some selling less now, which is good. So the price has moved for me. So I'm going to review the order quickly, and I'm going to confirm the sell. Okay, so that's done. So again, another £14.90 in FX fees. So about £30 in FX fees, which is very disappointing. But hopefully, like I said, the tax relief that I'm going to receive by making these transfers will more than offset these FX fees. So that's done. So let's have a look at the portfolio now. So as you can see, the general investment account is going down, and my SIPP is going up. I'm not going to be doing any more contributions to my SIPP. Next, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pumping money from my GIA into my stocks and shares ISA. So that's that. I'm also going to do an investment today in my SIPP. So that's gonna be it's not gonna be for a lot. I'm just getting keeping the habit going on. For anyone who's new to the channel, what I try to do is invest at least £300 into the stock market every day. I've been trying to do £500 every day, and I had been doing this for the last 4 weeks, but because I've had some emergencies that I've had to contend with for the last 3 days, I haven't been doing that, which is rather disappointing. But I'm trying my best to get back into investing aggressively again. So today, what I'm going to be buying, normally what I do is like buy contribute about £500, and today I'm going to be doing £20, which isn't a lot, but like I said, I just want to keep the habit going. So what I'm going to be doing is, I've gone into my SIPP, I'm going to go into MicroStrategy, and then I'm going to be buying. Let's have a look at MicroStrategy. So today is trading up nearly 0.5%. Last 3 months down about 15%. Maximum is up around 2,360%, but at its peak, if I can get it there, it was around 3,644%. So there is a lot of room for it to go up. It is currently trading at a discount. So I'm just going to keep on buying as much as I can. So let me quickly contribute money. So it's going to be £20, which is going to give me a £5 tax relief, which is good. I'm going to review the payment, continue to my bank. Okay, so yep, so that's done. So I'm going to continue. Okay, so I'm going to go back to free trade now. Okay, so that top up has arrived now. So I've got £24.93 to play around with, which is better than zero. So I'm going to go into MicroStrategy and buy this now. It's not showing yet, so I'm just going to quickly go into MicroStrategy again. So I'm going to be buying £24.93. Okay, so I'm going to review the order and put the order through. So every little helps. So I'm just trying to pump as much money into my SIPP and my ISA as I possibly can, and any excess money I'm going to put into my GIA. Okay, so that's done. So just to recap, what I've done is I've reduced my capital gains tax liability from my GIA account by transferring money, cash from my GIA account to my self-invested personal pension account. Then what I did was I contributed that amount into my SIPP, which will trigger a tax relief of 20% in about 6 to 8 weeks time. So once I receive that money, I'm going to be pumping it into the stock market again. So hopefully, I'm hoping on the 22nd of April, I should get around £6,000 in tax relief if my calculations are correct. And most of this will go into Tesla, MicroStrategy, and Nvidia. So that's that. The second part is I contributed £20 into my SIPP. I got a £5 tax relief, which I'm going to be getting in about 6 to 8 weeks' time. And then I invested in MicroStrategy, so I'm going to make a record of that as well. So yeah, so that's done. So, and for anyone who's new to my account, I just want to explain my setup to you. So my strategy is fourfold. So the first part of my strategy, number one, is I'm a very, very long-term investor. So, you know, anything that I buy now, I will not be selling for the next 5 years, and I will try to keep for at least 10 years. Any selling that I do will be for like capital gains, where I'm taking it from my general investment account, putting it into my SIPP or my ISA. So that's the first part, which is being a long-term investor. The second part of this plan of my strategy is I'm a very aggressive investor. So it's not showing today, but normally what I do is I invest 300 to 500 pounds every day the stock market is open. So recently I've not been doing that because I've had an emergency, and it's, you know, taken all my emergency fund, and it's taken all the money like I need, and it's, you know, I'm just having to, like, you know, put out fires at the moment, which I'm doing. So once that's done, I should return to contributing 300 to 500 pounds every day. So number two is I'm a very aggressive investor, and number three is I'm a volatile investor as well. So I invest in very, very volatile stocks like Tesla, MicroStrategy, and Nvidia. So these are very, very volatile stocks. So they could increase, they could 2x in a matter of a couple of weeks, or they could go down more than 60% in a few days time. So I'm a very volatile investor. And finally, number four, I try to be as tax efficient as possible. So I always max out my SIPs, always max out my ISAs, and, you know, anything excess I put into my general investment account. So these are the four parts to my strategy. Excuse me. So long-term investing, aggressive investing, volatile investing, and making the portfolio as tax efficient as possible. And my ultimate goal is to, build my portfolio to $1 million. I've done some projections and I should be there, hopefully between 5 and 10 years. But after doing further calculations, I've kind of pinpointed it by taking into account my price targets, how much I'm going to contribute. I pinpointed it at 3.5 years where I achieve $1 million. So, that's my aspiration at the moment. You never know, I could get there earlier, I could get there, it might take 7 years, it might take 3 years, but that's the plan at the moment. I'm just going to keep on doing this until I reach 1 million. So that's that. So if you found this video entertaining, if you found it useful, please like and subscribe to my channel. I have around 1,000 subscribers at the moment. I'm trying to get that to 2,000 by the end of the year. So join me on my journey, see if I can hit my targets, see if you can do this as well. Tag along, start with £1 a day and then keep on investing and see where it takes you. So that's it for today. I'll do another portfolio update tomorrow. So before I sign off, I'm just gonna see the performance so I can see how things. So today it's 55.71% down since investment began. So again, it's a very, very disappointing number to look at, but the way I'm seeing it is I'm getting a 55% discount until things improve. So this is the time to keep on pumping money in. So you have to overcome disappointment and think long term and just keep on pumping money in and see where it goes. So that's it for today. Join me tomorrow when I'll be making another video. Have a great day. All